to my African and African Americans who are on this particular app fighting each other, I need y'all to use that brain cell that God gave you. Like, use it. Use it, please. Okay? Do you know how silly, well, all of y'all sound, whether it's an African side or African American, like, you'll sound like you're missing some brain cells fighting each other. It don't make no sense. I bet you there's a looking at you like, look at them. Yeah, they're winning. Silly gooses.
Y'all are delusional. But if y'all gonna start that shit now. Like, start it now. Why wait until August 1st to start? Start now. But y'all don't got that same energy for Starbucks, for Target, for TJ Maxx, for Lululemon. Like, y'all think we care? Like, we don't care. Y'all have been so mean and racist to us, and y'all think we care? We have been called so many things. Like, we smells, African bully trashers. Like, what else? Our food is nasty. Like, we don't give a fuck. We don't care. Like, start that shit. African people gonna support each other. So, always. We bump heads, but we come together anytime. Clock that.
Without my accent, can you really tell that I'm Nigerian? Since you can differentiate between Nigerian and African Americans, can you tell? You want to boycott African businesses, you want to boycott African businesses, you only have such energy for black people. You don't reserve such energy for Asians and Koreans and this. If delusional was a person, it's going to be this particular set of African American folks. Go sit down.
Since the Black Americans are boycotting African businesses, it's time Africans boycott Black American businesses. So as from today, if you're an African in the United States, you should start boycotting Black American businesses.
The white people are really enjoying this beef. The white people are really laughing at us. You know, the Africans are now tired of these African Americans. And other African Americans are also tired of their own. They are now telling their own, you know what, you've threatened these African people for the longest. Come on, go on and boycott their businesses. What are you waiting? You don't need to wait until August or September. Start now. Start boycotting their businesses now. Because this is a very stupid war. This is a very stupid beef. You are African Americans, Black Americans, fighting your own people, fighting Africans, like literally, Africans are your brothers. Why don't you focus this energy on the other race? I mean, look, the white people are laughing at us now because we are fighting our own people. The African Americans are fighting the Africans, their own people. Now, the Africans are tired. The African Americans who are supporting the Africans, they are also tired. They're saying, you know what, don't wait for a date. Start now. And in this video, I want us to look at some of the reactions from the Africans responding to the African Americans, and also some of the African Americans who are supporting the Africans. They're saying this is a very stupid war. We should focus our energy on other things. Just check them out. I really want you to watch this video to the end so that you can also tell me your thoughts in the comment section. In the meantime, let's watch this video together, and then I'll be giving my commentaries at the end of this video. Stay tuned.
So I'm hearing that August 1st, African Americans are going to be boycotting African businesses. And, you know, I hear they don't want to be called African Americans, they want to be called Black Americans. And honestly, this is the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard. Like, what kind of self-hate is this that we have to now? I mean, I know this war has been brewing for a long time between African Americans and Africans who are in America. And it's really ridiculous. And first of all, this is also the real definition of racism, because it's discrimination against the people. So basically what the white people are doing to you is what you guys are doing to us as Africans. So you want to boycott all African businesses just because somebody had a bad experience. I mean, you guys are not boycotting Lululemon. You guys are not boycotting Target. You guys are not boycotting all those businesses that you go to and they make you feel like you're a criminal. They follow you around because they think you'll steal. You're not boycotting those businesses. No, you're not. But you're going to boycott African businesses just because you had a bad experience. This is ridiculous. I mean, when you talk about the devil at work, this is the devil. This is the devil trying to come in, because at the end of the day, well, you look at me, I am Kenyan American. I am a Kenyan who has since become an American citizen. So I'm Kenyan American, but you can't even tell, you can't differentiate me from an African American or a Black American until I open my mouth and you actually hear that I have an accent. Why are we fighting against each other? Why are we united? Why are you fighting us? I mean, this is ridiculous. If the enemy is at work, the enemy comes in to steal, kill, and destroy, and that is what is happening. Like, really ridiculous. I'm not hearing of, Chinese Americans boycotting Chinese businesses or Italian Americans boycotting Italian businesses. Why is it that African Americans want to boycott African businesses? And also the fact is, you guys are not even, I mean, why don't you go ahead and start today? Because African businesses are mostly supported by us Africans. And that's the truth. You guys, you guys eat elsewhere, shop elsewhere, do business elsewhere. I mean, go ahead and do that. I don't think it's really going to affect African businesses. But the fact that this is happening in 2025, this is sad, very sad. The self-hate.
So I heard August 1st is the day that the girlies are talking about they want to boycott African braiding businesses and African businesses as a whole. Why don't you start today? Why don't you start today? Like, don't wait. Don't give yourself a week. Start today. Because at this point, this discussion, the diaspora wars, the colorism talks, is dangerous. Like, it's dangerous. And as Black people, we are not progressing. Because how can you sit there and say, off of like one experience, off of this, off of that, I'm just going to cut ties with African businesses? Like, let's be honest. You're going to the beauty supply store, you're supporting the Asians. Mind you, you still have to walk out and show your receipt. Clearly, they don't trust you, but you still support that. Now let's go into the clothes that you want on your back and the fashions that you guys dream of getting. These European brands, y'all not boycotting them, but y'all still spending a bag in Gucci, Louis, Prada, and you can't even feel comfortable to just walk around and just shop. But y'all not boycotting that business. But you want to boycott African braiding shops and African businesses because of an experience. Living in New York as a Nigerian American, I used to go to Harlem to get my hair braided. A time to be alive was when them aunties was recruiting you from the train. And as you're walking to the braiding shop, you're negotiating the price of how much your braids are going to be. Back then, before the pandemic, braids was like $60 to $80. That was a time to be alive in New York. Okay, I would travel all the way from Brooklyn to Harlem to get my braids done. Whoever got on this damn app and started opening their mouths and said, oh yeah, in Harlem they doing braids for 120, they doing braids for 140. Now it's 200. And now you have to book appointments. Never in my New York City life have I ever had to book an appointment to go to Harlem. And now let's pull back another layer. And growing up Nigerian in New York, the things that y'all posting online and like ready to fight these aunties over at these African braiding shop, I'm sorry to tell you, but they are normal. Like, it is normal. I will always know when I go into my aunt's shop, my aunt's braiding shop in the morning, and this is in Brooklyn. This is not in Harlem. I'm talking about in Brooklyn. When I would go in there at 8 a.m., I was probably leaving at 10 p.m. Y'all have the luxury of like getting a 4 or 5 hour because they're now trying to accommodate for a lot of people, the influx of people that's not only coming from New York, the different boroughs. You got people coming from Houston, you got people coming from Connecticut, you got people coming from DC to do their braids. You got what I'm saying? It was normal to be dishing out hair, giving out the hair to your aunt because you wanted your hair to go faster. It was normal, even back then, before they had the pre-stretched hair, to help your aunt pull the hair. pull the expression here, like stretch the expression here. But these are the things that y'all are complaining about because you're paying a cheaper price. You can go to Fantasia up the block and pay $500 to $800 for the same braids. You're going to go to Fatima's braiding shop to get for $180, but y'all gonna complain about the experience. I'm sorry to say these African braiding shops should have been gay capped because a lot of y'all are not ready for what comes with African braiding shops. And then these conversations are so dangerous because you're also saying, because I went to one place or I went to various places, the whole continent has to suffer. In Harlem, and I'm just talking about my New York experience, but I don't know what the girlies are talking about. Maybe they talking about the African braiding shops in like different states, but the African braiding shops that are known in New York are in Harlem, right? So if you're going to Harlem, a lot of those African braiding shops, I know, are not Nigerian, are not Ghanaian. Those are French colonized African countries. So you got the aunties from Guinea, you got aunties from Senegalese, you got aunties from Gabon, from Mali. So you telling me your experience at one of these shops is telling your brain that, oh yeah, because I had a bad experience here, you'd even try out other African braiding shops around the world, around the state, around your city, that, oh yeah, we need to boycott it. But y'all want to support African businesses in different aspects of your life. Starting off with the Afro beats. Secondly, Dechi December. Y'all don't need to be catching a flight to Nigeria or Ghana. Y'all don't. You don't. You don't need to go to South Africa to go listen to Amapiano. Since you want to boycott all these businesses, do it in all aspects of your life. Don't just do it for the hair braiding shops because it's actually absurd. That's why I said this discussion is dangerous. It's not making us black people progressive. Honestly, how are we supposed to get better, be better as people if we're sitting there battling each other, talking about, oh, how we're not going to support the next black person or the next African? Are we serious right now? Are we serious? Like, it's crazy. And I really do think these discussions need to stop, regardless or not, because it's just like y'all coming on this internet, y'all just saying anything. Some things do not need to be said, and it's okay. You can journal it. You can literally go to a therapist and speak about it. But coming to the internet and saying, oh, let's boycott African businesses, African braiding shops, is crazy. It's crazy. Because if you're going to do that, you need to step up to the plate and do it to the other ethnicities, other races that literally haven't been treating us well either. What the hell?
So black Americans on TikTok are saying that they're trying to boycott African shops, okay? Restaurants, hair shops, and all of that. Because what? They come to the country and feel like they're better than you. That's the reason why, is it? Do you FBAs know how ridiculous you sound? And I'm glad that some black Americans are clocking onto your delusional shit. You want to be different so bad, but you're fighting against the wrong people. And you do know Africa's a continent and not a country. You do know that, right? You know what? There's actually no point in talking sense to you. So let me talk in a language that you understand. Delusion. Let me switch it up for you. Let me switch it to, I know African, I'm American. So since you want to be American, have it. No, not black American, American. Because if you're black, you have to belong to a race, which is global, which is African. And since you don't belong to the black race, therefore, you are not African, which means you are American. Stay with me. Stay with me. You can't be black. You can't be a part of this because you refuse to accept that you come from Africans. So since you refuse to accept that you come from Africans, therefore you can't belong to us, therefore you can't be black. However, you can be American. Since you can trace your lineage back to the indigenous people and you know black people were the first people in America. You can't say Americans were the first people in America which have melanated skin. So therefore, just call yourself American. See? Problem solved. World peace and all of that. So the next time I come across one of you delusional people, I'd greet you and be like, Jambo, American. And obviously I get the reaction of, oh, I'm not African. I'm black American. And I'd be like, you can't though, can you? Because you're not African, so you can't be black. Does that make sense? I'm glad I could help.
So you're telling me in 2025, black Americans are fighting against Africans? Like really? Let's be for real. It's like I'm fighting against my roommates. We got the same skin color. No matter what you think, there's always something natural that will come and happen. Like for example, when I go to a place where there's no black people and I see one black person, just one, I tell myself I'm safe. Because I know that dude over there, if there's a problem, he got me. And if there's a problem, I got him back too. Regardless of his origin, where he comes from, I don't care as long as we have the same look. Because believe it or not, we always look the same, guys. Like, I'm just wondering why people are telling themselves right now. They don't even have to try. We're just killing ourselves. In 2025, for real, this is the dumbest fight ever. Ever. I don't know what Martin Luther King is saying right now, looking at us fighting against each other for things that don't even make sense. August 1st, August whatever, you support the black business, regardless of where the people comes from. I don't care. You just go, you support it. Because we got to a point where we have to fight against each other. And what is this? What's happening to my people? What make it make sense? Man, you guys are not done with fighting. We fight all the times. We fight today. We fight. Please, it's 2025. Pick the right fight, please. This is not the right fight at all. I won't support neither. Let's just live together. Come on, man. What is wrong with you?
What an interesting video. What an interesting topic. I mean, I think it is high time we stop all these shenanigans, because these African Americans, because one of their own got a bad review from a breeding shop, they are now targeting a whole continent instead of targeting a shop. Remember, Africa is not a country. Africa is a continent. And these African businesses that are in the United States, majority of the businesses, they're being supported by Africans. And whenever a black person, the YT, whenever they see whether you are an African or black American or African American, they just see you as black. So why are the Chinese not fighting the Chinese Americans? Why are the whites not fighting themselves? We are considered as black people, whether African or black American, but we are fighting against each other instead of supporting each other. Okay, come on then. You are saying you are going to boycott the whole of African businesses. Don't boycott just businesses. Boycott any other services, including their culture, their wildlife, their products. Boycott their music, piano. Stop listening to Afrobeat. Stop doing the TikTok challenges from Africa. Because you now claim that you hate Africans and now you want to boycott their businesses. Now boycott everything. Don't just boycott the breeding shops. Boycott everything. Because it is 2025, guys. African Americans and Africans, they are like brothers. It is like fighting a roommate. Come on, let's stop this fight and focus this energy to other things. The white people are just laughing at us. I mean, look at them. They are fighting against each other. And then we are here seated saying, why doesn't the black people don't grow? The black people are not doing anything. Because we are fighting each other. We are hating one of our own. Our origin is from Mother Africa. Why can't we just agree? Okay, you don't want to be called African American. You want to be called a black American. Okay, you are a black American. But remember, these people sees all of us, whether black American or an African, as black people, people of color. They will judge you the same. They will escort you out of their businesses because they will think you are stealing something. The other day we claimed, oh, we are going to boycott Target, we are going to boycott Walmart. It didn't even last a week. Now we are saying we are going to boycott one of our own businesses. When do we learn Africans? When do we learn African Americans? If you want to boycott, start now. So the thing is, they wanted to boycott it August 1st. Today is August 11. Nothing has happened, but they're just threatening the Africans. Why can't they start today? Because they know they are fighting their own people. And the other race is laughing at us because we are fighting against each other. We should join our forces and at least build this nation. At least do something with our lives instead of fighting our own brothers and sisters. But in the meantime, those are just my commentaries. You do tell me what you think in the comment section. What are your thoughts about this beef? I think it should just end. Let's focus our energy somewhere. Just tell me what you think in the comment section. I really like to hear from you. And if you watch to this end, please make sure you subscribe. Be the 5th subscriber. We are at 4 subscribers. Be the 5th. Baby steps. Subscribe this channel and see you in the next video. Adios.